thing Saturday morning, we're on with spreading lime for carrot lot. Well, they've sent their lime spreader, and he just asked me to load it up for him, like. So yeah, we're renting this bit of ground for carrots, which is, you know, a favour to. I mean, they're bringing pH up. I didn't even know pH was low, so you know, they ain't putting a lot on though. There's 13 acre, and there'll only be a load of lime, so sort of 1.5 to acre, something like that. Lovely looking tractor. It's a monster, isn't it? 8370 or something like that. It's nice to see a bit of action, it really is. Ollie looks like he's napping away nicely there, and it's a little bit bodied at yon end of field, but I said to Oliver, I says, just go down the gears and give it as best stir up as possible, because I think if we went down there and paddled it once with a power and then stirred it up again, I think we'd make a mess. So we might just have to do the headlands and leave them maybe till tomorrow afternoon and come back and drill them. But yeah, just makes you smile a little bit more than sort of, because it's been a long time coming, hasn't it, really? Rolling this little bit of sand land. Oh, rolling this sand land. What they drilled yesterday, and the sand's blowing. There was some rain. It's blowing a gale, like. I mean, but it must have dried unbelievably overnight, because it was very, very moist when we drilled it. In fact, there's little wet pockets like that all over, where this thing just walks through them, like, but they're very, very tender. But yeah, we're just sort of compacting it down to sort of combat manganese deficiency, really. We maybe should have put, we've never used it before. How effective is it? The seed dressings, the manganese seed dressing you can put on. Look at the light footprint this tractor makes. It doesn't hardly make a mark. Going well, but it gets wetter as we get this way. The crow, we're having terrible bother with crows. I don't know whether it's because there isn't a lot drilled in the area. But they pick it, first of all they pick the seed off the top, then they start pulling it up. As it germinates, they start pulling it up in rows, and I don't know, they're just plaguing its life out at the moment. We're going to put some nitrogen on Monday, and hopefully it'll give it a kick into growing away from its demon sort of thing. Yeah, going really well. Even these heavy headlands, it's crumbling down really nice. Relic we bought. It's a cell, to be honest. Picked it up in a cell. Very, very little look. Yeah, I thought, give it a go. Yeah, magnificent. Nice windy. I'll come in the cab and tell you about it. And what we're up to, we're just putting a bit of air into land. And basically this is like a 7-leg subsoiler cultivator, whatever, with a nice hydraulically controlled packer on back, which is brilliant. And it's 4 metre wide, or thereabouts. I must have been there talking to you. But these low holes are absolutely compacted to buggery, so I'm running it about 10 inch deep and just putting a bit of air in. And yeah, because it's had that much weight of water on over winter at various times that it's compacted to buggery. So Yeah, brilliant thing. In fact, I'm going to take it off the for sale list. In fact, I'm going to keep it. I think it'd be good just running across stubbles as well, just one past stubbles. But yeah, it's all been sprayed off, so all this black grass and brome what's chitted, it's all dead, so disturbing it a little bit more than I'd like, but it just needed some air into it. I mean, it's lifting it all fine. As soon as there's a shower of water, it just stands, and it soaks in gradually, but it's just that compacted with winter, with what winter's thrown at it. It's a must, is this, and you couldn't drill, someone direct drill straight into it, but I would have said if it come wet, it would drown in its slot, because there's no drainage. Not very straight, am I? But I will be next week. We're having some GPS fitted to this, just a steering wheel attachment with a steering wheel motor, not a Trimble, something else. And I've done my research, and apparently they're brilliant, so we'll let you know. Well, I have a couple of mates of mine who put them on, and they said, bloody hell, they're as good as any Trimble or Topcon, so we'll give it a go. It's just taking a bit of pulling though. Where it's really heavy, we're up to about 45 litres an hour, but majority of the time, like hovering between around the 35 litres. But my screen has got a bit funny. The screen is as though it's full of moisture, not very clear to read. So don't know about that. A bit worried about that. Yeah, going well. You can see how it's lifted it up though, can't you? If I go too fast though, it ridges it a bit, and the packer can't pack it back down. So, missing a bit there. So it's, you just have to be a little bit patient. I mean, I could pull it at half as fast again and not sup a lot more diesel, but you just have to be a little bit, like I say, patient. If you're in the market for a biggish tractor, don't rule one of these out, because they aren't very popular. It's a New Holland 8440 or 8430. I think it's 40, which is sort of rated about 320 horsepower. And when we bought this, they were just very, very unpopular. If it 20 grand cheaper than the equivalent John Deere or even a Case on the same tractor, and we think it's marvellous, but it's a hell of an agile big thing, if you know what I mean. When we went to see it, I thought, Christ almighty, what do we want that bloody big bitch for? And anyway, we ended up buying it, and for first time out, I was absolutely shocked. It's like a ballerina with big boots on. It really is. And yeah, she can pull like a train. I mean, we don't warrant a tractor of 300 horsepower new. And Christ, how much is a bloody tractor of 300 horsepower now? I would guess at about 240,000 £40,000. Well, that's a massive chunk of money. Well, we invested 32,000, but you won't buy it now. I think it'd be worth, you could probably add £10,000 to this tractor, for what we get for it. Our tractor prices have inflated this last sort of 5 or 10 years since we've had this about 6 years. And it's not done massive amount of hours. It does about 200-300 hours a year. It might do a bit more, because we're keeping adding a machiner to its collection, you know, because there's no point putting this on edge cutter, is there, you know, or a 4-metre power. It's a subsoiler. It's got this subsoiler now. It's got the Subsoiler. We had a 6-metre power, but we just kept chewing gearboxes up with it, so we're looking for one, but what breed, I don't know. Probably a Coombe. We're looking for a 6-metre Coombe power. What else we got for a... Oh, there's a bit of trailer in it, you know, like I used it for the beat, because all our other tractors would have been leathered, pulling it through the slop when your trailer was bogged down to arseholes, like. She's a fantastic piece of kit though. I had it for sale at 1,600 quid. Bloody hell, I'm glad I never flogged it now, I really am. Because it's just going to sit in the nettles for this type of jobs. This tyre drain, I saw one the other day actually. I don't know whether they'd copied me or it's not a new idea. But I saw a tyre drain in a field off the service bus when I went to see Nicola and grandkids at Filey. And yeah, started looking out at window at bus. I saw one of them in a big wet hole. So whether they'd pinched my idea off these videos or it's not such a new thing, but yeah, it works fine now. We're just a bit worried about silting the drain up, sort of bunging that drain up, because all that is a land drain, and we've sort of found it, made a gap in it, put a concrete base in, and put tyres on top of each other with bricks in between, and backfilled it with gravel, and it just saps water in that wet hole, because occasionally there can be like 2 acres of water in there, and it just takes it away sort of as it sort of runs into it. Yeah, that's it. Like we dug a big hole, found the drain. That's a piece of just normal water pipe, and we linked it up to the sort of perforated blue pipe what was already there, and a bit of a concrete bottom, and then laid tyres in and put bricks in between tyres, and then backfilled it with this gravel here. And when it rains, well, you can see it just congregates. It just sort of seeps down here and then congregates here and soaks away. I mean, occasionally this is buried when it comes a deluge of rain, because the pipe can't take it at the speed it can this season. But yeah, that's moving now, you can see it. Yeah, I've got plates, and there's another one to do this time, I think. So yeah, you can see, look, it's just nicely lifting it up, packing it down. I mean, when I'm pulling, I'll be down to there, and it's just sort of pouring a bit of air in, because it just feels spongy. It's just so it feels sort of sad under your feet, sort of thing. But it looks a lot better behind there than I imagined. I thought my wheels would be paddling it and smearing it, but I think I'm off that quick that it's not getting a chance to sort of sink, you know what I mean? And we've got tyres let well down, so there's a lot of bloody tyre on the ground. And yeah, it's making a fantastic job, really pleased. That's one disadvantage with the big tractor, big fuel bill, but a little tractor making hard work of a job drinks a lot of fuel. So yeah, it's yeah, I covered a lot of acreage, quite a few acres in a little time this Sunday morning. So yeah, very pleased with this old girl, I really am. Yeah, we're definitely keeping it. In fact, fantastic, really is. You'd never have the rams up here though. I mean, there are bloody rollers up here. It's silly how it's been rigged up, really. But yeah, really I'm pleased. So right, put this away. Just put a silage in and some fodder beet in here for these cows. These are desperate to be out. We had a near-do other day. We dropped a bloody a bale in, and we had a bloody calf's head underneath it. So if we hadn't noticed it, we'd have lost one. So I always check. So yeah, they're ready to be out, and it's dried out fantastically this last few days. So I think it's time that we're sort of organising these to be away like. Last job before Sunday tea, just off wind's dropped a little bit, and I'm just off cleaning a bit of a few stubbles up to try and get them work this week and get them in with either spring oats or spring barley. Well, one or two of them actually. What I'm doing now are for maize actually, so but there's no worry about that. But it gives us a chance to put muck on and get them worked up. So, but this field that I did this morning with that new subsoiler, it's dried unbelievable. It's been the perfect drying day today. It really has. In fact, a couple of days of that, you've been with it. But the forecast is brilliant. Pushing the boundaries a little bit, really. It's too windy. I'll just finish this off and then bugger off home. It's windy. Good job there's none of our neighbours' corn on the other side of the edge. So they'll be getting it. Right, jobbed. Right, if you like this channel, like and subscribe. I'm a rough hard farm in East Yorkshire trying to get jobs done, and I think I'm a bit optimistic that we aren't going to get a lot of rain tomorrow, and whether land's drying out nice, then I think we're going to get a bit drilled in the next week or 10 days and caught up with a bit of work. So like I said, if you like it, give us a thumbs up.